welcome to Talking Sibos. Each day we will bring you news and views from the people who really matter. That's you, the delegates. My co-host Nadine Dereza is down on the exhibition floor right now. Nadine, who do you have with you?
Well, I've found loads of people, but first up I've got Simon, and we're in the thick of the registration area, and I've just found out that Simon is his first Sibos, so welcome, Simon.
Thank you very much.
What are you doing here?
I was asked to come and speak about a subject called situational awareness and how companies compete, and yes, this is my first Sibos. I heard somebody talking about being a Sibos virgin. I mean, that's what I am. I've never been here. I've never seen this environment. I've never seen these companies. So it's a great time for me.
Well, you're in for an absolute treat. So you're one of the official speakers. And you're in the Inner Tribe session, aren't you?
That's right, yes.
Well, that's a very exciting one. And Inner Tribe has been growing from strength to strength over the years. So you're in safe hands. So what can we expect, Simon, when we come to your session?
Oh, blimey. Well, so what I'm going to do is take people through a scenario where they're the members of a board of a company. They get to choose a number of strategic options. Then I'm going to teach them how to map the environment, and we'll see if they change their opinion at the end. I don't want to give away the secret because people will hopefully turn up, but unfortunately most organizations have what we call very poor levels of situational awareness. So they tend to take strategic choices and actions without understanding the environment. The best way of thinking about it is it's like generals fighting a battle without ever looking at the map. And what I do is I show them there is a map.
So you're great at situational awareness.
That's what I specialize in, yeah.
Fabulous. Are there many people like you out there? I've never heard of one of these kind of experts.
Well, okay, so it's totally accidental. So what happened is I used to be CEO of a software company. I've been involved in building 4 companies, all sold to bigger US firms. And I was competing against others, and I suddenly realized when looking at my strategy documents, which were just like everybody else's meme copying, that there was something missing. And what was missing was an understanding of the landscape and a map. And so that's what I did. But I then assumed for about 5 years everybody else must be doing this. And then I discovered they weren't. And so that's what I do these days. I teach governments and very huge corporations how to map their environment.
You sound very important. Are you going to be...
No, not at all.
Well, we think you are.
Thank you.
Are you going to be appearing with anybody else during the session, or is it a standalone by you?
Well, there's a couple of other people in the session. So what happens is we take people through a scenario, we give them the choices, we teach them how to map, and at the end we look at their results compared to where they started.
Now, I know you're new this year.
Yes.
And have you downloaded the app yet?
No.
Right, so that's one of your first tasks to do.
My first task was just getting a pass and getting here.
Yes.
So I've done that bit now.
Yeah.
Now it's just sort of wander around, go, gosh, it's big. And then the next bit is, of course, get something like the app so I don't get lost.
Yes, so are you sort of having a fact-finding mission today? Have you got any idea what conferences or exhibition stands you want to look at?
Absolutely none. This is total blank slate, serendipity. We'll see what happens.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what you need is the Sibos app.
Thank
also,
you.
Sibos issues.
Okay.
So I'm giving you some top tips here.
You are.
That will give you a whole stream of ideas on what you want to see. How about cyber security? Is that keeping you awake at night?
So no. So yes and no, I suppose, is the answer. I used to work in the security field. I used to do security for Harrods, actually. I've taken a long interest in the subject. So if there's cybersecurity here, I'll certainly be having a wander around.
I thought you were posh, actually. That's your background, is it?
No, not at all. I'm from a council estate in South London.
Yes.
It just happens to be that where I was educated, I suddenly picked up an accent for no good reason whatsoever.
Well, we wish you all the best at Sibos. Good luck with your talk tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure the world and everybody else will come along to see it. So, Simon, great pleasure to you. So, Steve, as you can see, it's been very busy down here on the registration floor, and I'll be back again later on. So, back to you, Stephen.
Thanks a lot, Nadine. It is truly buzzing indeed. I can see people streaming in all the way, so it's going to be a busy morning. Now, one successful element from last year's conference was the Art at Sibos exhibition. And earlier, we caught up with Stephanie Gurnius to ask about the art you will see at this year's conference and the charity in Geneva that it is raising money for.
Well, welcome Stephanie from Swift. Great to have you here. What was the chosen charity for this year's Sibos event? And can you tell us a little bit about them?
So the chosen charity for Sibos this year is the Anouk Foundation. They actually send artists to hospitals, special needs institutions, nursing homes, and together with the doctors, the artists will paint walls, stairs, and they will make the environment more welcoming and reassuring.
And what is the project that's actually going to be created over the next few days here?
2 artists from the Anouk Foundation will come in the exhibition hall, and during Sibos they will paint 2 big frescoes. One piece will be about financial topics. It will really reflect the conference agenda about the team transforming the landscape. And the second fresco will be more concrete, because it's a demand from an emergency home for children. And they will actually take the art piece with them at the end of Sibos, and they will install it in their premises.
How is the money being raised?
So actually we have a game on the Swift stand, and the participants can come and play. It involves stacking cows as high as possible. It requires some skills and luck as well. So each time there is a game played, we give to the charity.
Are you proud of this chosen charity, and if so, why?
We are very proud to support this charity because it's really, it brings something in the life of the patients. It's not nice to stay in hospitals, and when you see these artists painting, and when you see the testimonials of the doctors, it's a project close to my heart.
And we are looking forward to seeing how it grows over the next 4 days. But it's time now to head back to Nadine, who's back in the registration area. And let me see, it looks like she's found some more delegates to speak with. Over to you.
Yes, indeed I have. And this time I've got Jonathan with me. And Jonathan, welcome. You're going to introduce yourself. So who are you? Where are you from?
Thank you. So my name is John Watkins. I'm the editor of Global Custodian magazine with the leading security services title. And yeah, I'm from the UK.
And look at me, Jonathan. I know it must be hard, but you've been to Sibos, haven't you?
Yes.
3 times before.
Yes.
So you've done Singapore, you were in Boston,
Yep.
and now Geneva.
That's right. So I've had to have a lot less coffee than normal to get me through this morning. I'm on the right time zone. So.
Makes a change, doesn't it?
Yeah,
No
that's
jet
right.
lag.
Yeah.
So just tell us about what you're hoping to get out of Sibos this year.
We're looking at a lot of technology trends. So again, blockchain is another big topic for us and our readers. Even though it was discussed last year, people still want to know more about it and what it can do. We're also looking at cybersecurity quite a lot. So yeah. That's a lot of tech themes again this year for us.
So as an editor, what's the pressures on you to bring back stories? Just tell us about the process.
Well, we're in all the panels. We've got 3 or 4 of us on the ground, so we're spreading ourselves across the conference and reporting live. And we always hope to get the story by the end of the talk. So we're doing that and mixing in a few interviews around the conference floor as well.
So obviously a big theme this year is going to be cyber security.
Yes.
So is that on your mind? Is that on the magazine's mind?
My mind personally?
Yes.
I'm always worried about cybersecurity. But yeah, for our magazine, if you get a chance to see our magazine floating around the conference, our front page for this issue, for the Cyber Special, is cybersecurity. So we're looking not just computer hacking, but psychological manipulation and how cyber attacks have evolved into more things like phishing and literally actually walking into places and trying to get details from people. So we feel like it's evolved, and people are very, very concerned about it.
Absolutely, because obviously at one time that fishing and farming that you spoke about
Yes.
was directed at smaller players or internet-based companies.
Yep.
But there's been a concerted effort, hasn't there, to get those bigger institutions, hence why I think it's on everybody's mind this year.
Yeah.
I don't see it as a problem going away. I mean, there's a real concerted effort to tackle it. What's your thoughts on what the industry could be doing?
I think it's evolving, the threat, the whole time, and I think what people need to do, or the industry itself needs to do, is educate its staff from top to bottom, from the senior executives to the people at the reception desk at the in their own buildings, and make them aware of the threats and what they can do to guard against them.
Now, fintech, big last year, still continues to be
Yes.
so. A lot on blockchain last year, and I'm sure that will feature through, although I think cybersecurity and technology might just nudge it out slightly. And reg tech as well, so regulation technology. Are you onto that yet, or are you still focusing on fintech?
I think both of them are equally as important at the moment. I think for blockchain, even though it was talked about a lot last year, people are still interested in its uses. How long is it going to take before we actually see use cases? So there's a lot of questions around and what it can do for the industry. So hey, maybe we'll be seeing it next year as well.
Well, Jonathan, have a great time. And you must check out our videos on what to do in Geneva. Jonathan, have a fantastic Sibos. And I've found somebody else now, which is very exciting. You look like you're texting someone at the moment. Who have I got here? Hello. What's your name and where are you from? Look at me.
Martin.
Martin?
Yes.
So what company are you from, Martin?
I'm from Pacific Private Bank. It's a bank located in Vanuatu in South Pacific.
In South Pacific, so that sounds very glamorous. Is it as glamorous as it sounds?
No, it's not as glamorous as it sounds. It's nice to live in an island though, but it's fun also to travel to big cities, like last year in Singapore, this year I'm here in Geneva.
You're in Geneva, so what are you hoping to get out of Sibos this year?
We come here with my colleague in order to be up to date with all the banking subject, what is happening, because we're quite remote. So being remote, it's important to participate with that grand heaven that is Sibos. We're here to meet our correspondent bank, to see if there's possibility to find new correspondent bank, because it's getting more and more difficult to get partner to do business with when you're in Vanuatu.
So you're looking for a partner of the banking kind?
Yeah. To do transaction, you need to get access to US dollars. The most difficult one nowadays to get access with, because we're too small to bank directly with US, and the other bank de-risking, so it's difficult to get.
Well, I think this is going to be the perfect place. So enjoy Sibos. I don't want to get in the way of you finding a partner, so I'll see you soon. Good luck. Thank you very much. And I think I found somebody else. Hello there, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. So you've just happened to pass by in the registration zone.
Yeah.
Who are you and where are you from?
I'm from Afghanistan, and I'm representing Azizi Bank. Azizi Bank is the largest banking group in Afghanistan, and I'm here for the first time in Sibos.
Wow, well, welcome to you. So any idea of what you're hoping to see over the next 4 days? Have you got a plan?
Oh yeah, we are here with a definite plan, of course. Afghanistan is a challenging country. Everyone knows that, you know. It's a war-torn country, and there have been a lot of challenges for banks. And we are here to meet our existing correspondent bank relationships, and we are also here to develop new relationships, because as I said, Afghanistan is a very challenging country, and it's really hard to find a correspondent bank to work with us, you know. So I hope that my 4 days of meetings out here would be good, would be great for the bank.
Brilliant.
That's it.
Well, good luck with that. We wish you all the very best. Well, there you go, Stephen. We've got plenty of people down in the registration zone, and hopefully that's brought you a flavour of what the delegates are expecting. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Nadine. It's true indeed. There are a lot of people there with many expectations, hoping to meet up with others and get some networking going. Well, it is time for us to head off for a bit, but we'll be back for lunch with Sibos and Sibos Today. We'll bring you the news and exclusive interviews with the industry's biggest names. Next, it's back to the conference program here on Sibos TV and the opening of the compliance stream session. But for now, from both of us, goodbye.